everyone and welcome back to Filmyphile, right, where we talk about all things film. Today we'll be talking about why Alice in Borderland Season 3 sucked. I mean, not really sucked, but it was kinda meh. And I think people who have watched the whole series can all agree how the first two seasons were absolutely goated. They were just perfect because both of them were based on the manga, which ended at the end of season 2. So, season 3 was completely new based on the creator's imagination, which was low-key disappointing. Now, before we go ahead, let me tell you that I am not a manga reader. I have watched the show and loved it. And all the credits to any of the deep dives that I've done goes to the Reddit page of Alice in Borderland live action. So, first let's talk about why the first two seasons were goated. Alice in Borderland has to be one of the best survival game thriller shows out there. The complex game designs, characters, world building, and the narrative were all incredible. And this was all backed up by exceptional acting and production team. The concept of Borderland being a place between life and death, where a span of few seconds or days in Borderland could give you a second chance at life or kill you forever, was pretty strong by itself. And the way the whole concept was visualized into these mind-bending set of action-packed, psychological, unpredictable games was impressive. Nothing felt unnecessary. Every single detail meant something. During one of my deep dives, I found out that the characters from Alice in Borderland mirrored the characters from Alice in Wonderland. Like Arisu is Japanese for Alice, Usagi is the White Rabbit, Cheshire being the Cheshire Cat, Mad Hatter being the Mad Hatter, and so on. This all made so much more sense for how all the characters behaved, and it just added another layer and depth to the character design. Now, the first two seasons were already perfect because it ended where it began, giving us a beautiful full circle moment. And yeah, in theory, the idea of introducing a Joker card for season 3 as a level up sounds perfectly logical. And they had so much potential to work with it too, to go bigger, better, and crazier. But they fumbled, and they fumbled hard. Let's first talk about what was good about the third season, because the list is pretty short. First, visual elements. This season was by far the most visually appealing season, given the advancement in technology. Some of the games were cinematographically beautiful, especially the train reunion scene or the top of the Tokyo Tower scene, and of course the death whirlpool at the end. The second good thing about it was that they added a few games in this season which were originally from manga but were skipped in the first two seasons. Like the first game itself, Sacred Fortunes, was an adaptation of the Three of Clubs game. So the true manga fans appreciated these little Easter eggs and references. Now let's talk about what went wrong. Characters. The viewers were already connected to the OG characters. Cheshire, Kuina, Aguni, they were all iconic. But the third series just removed all of them, except like for a few minutes at the end. And instead, they added a bunch of new characters, one of which was Ruji. And it's safe to say that the audience wasn't a big fan of him. He was quite a bit annoying, and people hated the whole love triangle that was being created between Arisu, Usagi, and Ruji. Speaking of Usagi, her character was poorly written in season 3. The reason why everyone loved her in the first place was because of how strong her character was. And suddenly, this season, she has this urge to return to the Borderland, which was so irrational and out of character for her. And people just couldn't digest the fact that after all of that, she was somehow defending Ruji. Then let's talk about the Joker, who I assume was meant to be the ultimate villain, but he just acted as a watchman, which again was quite disappointing. Also, his whole speech about Borderland and life and death just felt empty. They could have made the villain crazier with crazier motives and full of twists, but nah, they just disappointed. And finally, let's talk about the ending. The show ended by hinting us towards an American spin off of their show, which was quite similar to how the Squid Games ended. And there were a lot more parallels between the two shows, like the baby being qualified as a player or dealing cards as an invitation. All of these similarities made Alice in Borderland a unique and well written show seem like a knockoff. But yeah, anyways, I consider the third season more of a bonus season. For me, the series ended at season 2, and you can't change my mind about that. Do let me know what are your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. And if you have enjoyed watching till here, please do consider subscribing. That's it for today. Have a great day. Bye.